Run it. I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then I go off.
What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to DNC on the Rise. We are here with our longtime friend, Raul, and we're going to get into some dating topics.
Yeah. We brought Raul on because he has a different perspective than we do on certain topics. Would you agree?
Yeah, pretty much.
So we want to just see what he has to say on certain things. So the first thing that I was wondering is, let's say you're in a relationship with a chick. Like, let's say you're a year deep. Nothing too crazy, but invested enough time into it.
Okay.
And she wants to go out to the club with her friends only. And she puts on the most provocative outfit known to mankind. How would you then approach that situation as a liberal?
Well, so it's a year of dating, right? Okay.
A year and 2 days.
I'd probably would say something. It's like, that's what you're going to wear? Girls' night? That's what you're going to wear? All right. And then I'd probably, I don't know, just tell her it's probably not a good idea. You're probably not going to have like too much of a good time. If you're really going out with your friends, you kind of want to.
Wait, are you telling me you're going to gaslight her?
No.
Into saying she's not going to have a good time?
No. Putting out the facts. If you're going to go out with friends, right, and you're wearing that clothing, you're probably going to have like 10 dudes in like the next 30 minutes trying to hit on you.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And some girls don't want to have that attention, right? If they're in a relationship and they want to be with their friends, they don't want some random dude, bugging in. It's like, can I get your number? But at the end of the day, you can't control what they wear.
Exactly. You can't control it, yeah.
No, you can't control it. You're just going to state the facts. It's like, this is what's going to happen.
All right, so what would be your next move if you state the fact that you don't really feel comfortable with her wearing that and she goes out with it anyway?
My next
Phone
move,
dies at 1:15 in the morning. She texts you at 1:13 saying, my phone's about to die. By the time you respond, it's dead. And she's wearing what she wore out.
well, for me personally, and I think a lot of people can agree, is like, I'm an overthinker. So I'll overthink every situation, ever. You know what I mean? So at that point, I'm like, all right, what the fuck is happening? I'll start like coming up with like different scenarios, different. Yeah, to put it lightly.
To put it lightly.
But yeah, I don't know. At that point, just
Like, how would you approach it the following day?
Following day?
Yeah, would you stay with her is a question. Would you stay with her? How would that conversation go about? How would you express the way you felt about that?
well, if it's a year, you probably have already kind of had communication, right? Like already able to have conversations about deep things, serious things. So at that point, I would come out with what I think. It's like, what happened? I don't just tell it to me. Like, I don't need to hear a lie. We've been this 1 year, right? That's a long time. That is a long time. So at that point, just tell it to me straight. And then
She fucked
go on from
another
there.
man that night.
Oh, you gotta leave. You gotta leave.
You can't
just
salvage
stay
that,
there.
Raul?
No.
So if
No. Yeah, I come from, because I was cheated before, right? And I tried to make it work, and it just didn't work, and it just ended up being worse than how it should have ended. So I've learned from that. So if one person cheats, it's over.
yeah.
It's over.
So you're saying even if the man cheats, it's over.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so let me ask you an interesting question, Raul. If you went out with your boys while you were a year into a relationship with the girl, you mess up, you got a little bit too drunk, and you fucked another chick, are you gonna admit your wrongdoings to her?
Yeah, I would. Because, I mean, you guys know me pretty well. I wouldn't cheat. I wouldn't.
It is very, very doubtful that this man would cheat. I will say that.
Yeah. But in a scenario where it did happen, I would come out, I would tell her.
Whoa.
I would tell her because I'd feel really bad about it. Like I said, I'm an overthinker. And when I do even small little shit, I'll overthink it. And then I'd feel bad about it forever. Right.
Well, that's respectable. So let's say that you confessed to her that you had messed up and cheated, and she was willing to still be with you. Would you just remove yourself from the relationship based purely off of the principle that you've established?
I guess that would be the smart choice, I guess, because from what I already said, right? I don't want to go back on what I said. If I did cheat and then I told her and then she still wanted to be with me, I guess it would have to be a lot of work to gain that trust again. Because once you cheat, you lose the trust forever. That's what I think. That's what I think. So in my position, I just have to work hard to show that I can still be someone that you can trust on. If she wanted me back, of course. But if not, then I completely understand and just move on.
Devin, so then what would you do if your chick wanted to have a girl's night dressed provocatively?
I would just simply tell her straight up that either she has to go put something else on, or all right. So let me provide a bit of context, because context is key here. So you know this, but they might not know this. I don't really find girls that go out like that attractive. We've all been at a bar before. Once we all three were. And I say probably every time we go out that just by the women being there, they're less attractive to me for being at the bar, because I just don't really like that environment. I'll stomach it for a few hours for the sake of my friends, but I don't really find the women there attractive. So if I'm in a relationship, just her going out like that is going to kind of damage her image within my head. So to add on to that she's dressed provocatively, I don't know, man. I mean, it's hard to say without being in the situation itself, but I would probably just let her go and just not really talk to her after that, break up with her.
What about you, Sess?
And to clarify, that's simply because the way I view things, and we've, had some women on the podcast who have actually said the same thing, that women for a woman to go out by herself without her man, dressing modestly is respectful to her man, and doing the opposite is disrespectful to him. Yeah. So I personally, and not only that, but being revealing like that is basically to just open herself up to gaining all this attention from men, and I'm just not really interested in having a relationship with a woman who's going to go out to clubs and willingly elicit attention like that from other men.
Yeah. Well, for me, I would politely and respectfully tell her that I do not like the outfit and she looks like a whore. Politely and respectfully, I'll tell her she looks like a whore. And
would you use that word?
Yeah, I've done it. I've done it before, but not in a passive aggressive way or nothing. I try to say it more in a joking way, but I'm being serious. And they've been like that. Are you joking or are you serious? I'm serious. You look like a whore. I'm we can go out, but I'm gonna go in my own car, and then you can go in your own car, and then we can You
don't want to let it be seen that you're with her, and
it's a bad look on me. It's a bad look on me.
Why?
It's a bad look on me because that's what you just brought up. It doesn't feel as if she respects me. So if my own chick doesn't respect me, then nobody else will, right? So, and on top of that, the whole going out thing is also it's a damage to their image for me as well. Because it's I believe that if a chick is in a healthy relationship and she's truly all in for her man, she doesn't feel the need to really be out in those types of sceneries. Not to say that she won't go out with her friends and do stuff with just her and her friends, but specifically clubbing and bars and shit like that. And
to get into that specifically, that's just simply because clubs and bars are a place where men go for the purpose of meeting women that they would like to sleep with. And I'm just not I'm personally not a fan of women whose ideal way of hanging out with their friends is going to a place that men choose to go to get women.
Yeah.
That just doesn't make sense to me.
Because at the end of the day, your chick and her friends, they all know they're gonna get dudes' attentions. Guys are gonna offer them drinks. So you're putting yourself in a situation where something could potentially happen. Because with the right person in the right situation, anything is possible. I truly believe that.
I believe that too. She could be madly in love with me, and I think that with the right amount of alcohol and some other guy who looks the right way and says the right thing.
There's always a chance. There's always a crack of opportunity. Now, I'm not going to say every single chick in the world is like that. No. But it's just it is something that is common. I mean, like, guys.
It's just a matter of risk. Like, if you go to a club or a bar like that while in a relationship, you are exposing your relationship to a certain amount of risk.
Yeah.
Whether or not the risk actually unfolds and the relationship ends up in a state of turmoil because of it is one thing, but the risk is still there.
Yeah. It's like that terminology Mr. Tate used. It's like if he parks his fucking Ferrari in like the hood in a bad area and it gets broken into, it's like he can't really be too mad about it because he he allowed it. He allowed himself to put himself in that situation. So it's like even your chick wanting to put herself in that situation, it's like something could happen. It's like, and then at the end of the day, it could come back to you because you allowed it. I feel like you either allowed it or you're just not that guy and she doesn't have that respect for you. And that's why. And
that's not to just completely knock women who choose to go out to bars and clubs for fun. I think the vast majority of guys aren't really going to have an issue with that. And so, more power to you. I'm just saying that I don't think it's smart for guys to expose themselves to that type of risk. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Especially if you verbalize to her and she still goes against your word.
Well, yeah, it's just a matter of setting boundaries. And if she chooses to violate that, then obviously why would I still be with someone who chooses to violate the boundaries that I set?
Yeah. But, yeah, in my case, I would tell her respectfully she looks like a whore. And then I would see what her reaction is. Let's say she's like, well, I don't care, I'm going to go. And then it would be the same situation as Devin. She'll come back later that night to then realize the door is locked. And she'll call me, realize that her phone number has been blocked. And then I'll wake up the next day, and then I'll unblock her, let her know the mistakes she's made and why she's facing the consequences she's facing. Then I'll block her again before she could even respond. That would be the end of it.
In that situation, I hope that this woman is not prone to anger and is going to retaliate against you in some way.
I hope not.
Key your car.
I would find her quickly.
And do
I wouldn't do anything. Now, that's not to say there isn't maybe another female I know that could potentially get upset for me and then go do, I would never tell her to. Never, ever, ever, never, ever. But if she so decided to do it on her own, then I'm not partaking in that. I don't want to be a criminal. I don't want to, But, yeah, let's just hope that would never happen. I wouldn't like it. I like my car. But, all right. So then, Raul, another one that's been a popular topic, and there's been a lot of controversy. Let's say you meet a chick, you really like her. Nothing wrong with her. She's, doesn't dress like a whore. She's cool, whatever. But, her best friend is a 6'5". No, I'm just playing. It's just some dude. Just some dude. It's a straight man. Okay. A straight man. You know what I'm saying? So she just has a guy best friend, and they're very close. How would you feel about that, and how would you approach that situation as a liberal?
Jesus Christ.
Well, I'm giving you guys what you want. Fuck.
And he's single in this scenario?
Yeah, the man is single.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably approach with caution. Personally.
Elaborate. What do you mean approach with caution?
in this scenario, we just met, right? Like, we're barely like.
No. I'll say you guys are like. I mean, look. I would say it's getting to.
So just let's establish some context here. Okay. Would you be okay with your long-term girlfriend having a guy best friend like that?
Yes and no.
What does that mean? So
yes, because they've been friends before I was in the picture, right? And I mean, once the relationship gets more serious, then you can have a conversation about it. But when it's like first starting out, when you're first, start dating, yeah, I mean, it's like a huge red flag, right? Mm-hmm. Immediately.
I would say so.
All right, so if you were talking to a chick and you found out she had a guy best friend, would you still pursue that?
I would.
Okay. So at what point do you think it is acceptable for you to attempt to intervene and set the boundary that you want her to not say cut him off, but limit her contact with this man?
And take this into consideration. And in that time period that you guys are just talking and he's still around, right? And then eventually there will be moments where you guys all hang out. And then nothing goes wrong, everything's chill. But then you guys get into a relationship and now you want to mention something about it. That's going to trigger something in her as well. So take that into consideration before you answer this question.
Okay. Well, first of all, they can't hang out just them two.
Fair.
Right?
Fair.
If it's like in a public area, there's got to be at least like one other person there. Preferably a chick, obviously, right? Another friend. And again, I'm just, me personally, I'm just not a control, like I don't like to control people, if that makes sense.
No, and
that sounds good.
Controlling is like, I would say controlling would be more in a way that's like,
you're hang out.
Forcing her.
Yeah,
you're forcing her.
Okay.
You're not like just verbalizing like, yo, I don't like this. Could you not? So if she, that's another thing that people need to understand. There's a difference between just having standards and morals and having a structure for the type of relationship you want, and then the type of guys that are just controlling freaks. They're willing to be with those types of chicks, but then they want to like damn nearly physically force them to not dress a certain way, not hang out with these dudes, not do certain behaviors that they're just, by nature doing.
Yeah, that's just fucked up.
Exactly. So like that, the way we approach it, it's like, okay, cool. If you can run into those types of chicks, we're not telling you to stay with them and force the fucking bitch to change, all this stuff for you if she's not willing to do it herself. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not going to work out in the long run. If she's not willing to do it, it's not, just by wanting to do it for you out of respect, it's not going to work out. Especially if you're on her ass about it and you're like forcing it and shit.
I guess just be truthful, just have the conversation and just, it goes both ways too. If there's something that a girl doesn't like about you, like they should have that conversation with you, right? And then you just take that into consideration and you think about, all right, what can I change about it? How can I, make it easier for the other person, or like, you know what I mean? How do I make it work?
Yeah.
Basically. And yeah, just, it all comes down to one word, and that's communication. Relationships last long if you guys have good communication. As soon as there's no communication left, that's when the relationship just falls apart. And it gets worse, it gets toxic, and just a shit show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Communication is key. But like back to the topic.
Yeah.
So you said that you'd be cool with it as long as it's in public areas, and preferably there would be another female there, one of her friends. So then how are you approaching it once you get to that point where you want to you want to talk to her about that and her relationship with her guy best friend? Let's say, like you said, let's say that in this situation they're relatively close. Let's not be unrealistic here, because I don't feel like there's many chicks that have a guy best friend and they hang out every single day and do everything together. Like that's not how that shit works. But they hang out, I would say, at least every week, multiple different times.
Okay. So, can you repeat the topic again? Sorry, my bad.
So you said that you would be okay with her having a guy best friend during pretty much the talking stage. But once you guys got a little bit more serious or got into the relationship part of things, then you'd come to her and verbalize it.
Well, yeah, because I've been in a relationship where a girl did have, a guy best friend. And as soon as we got a little bit more serious past the talking stage, they kind of sort of distanced themselves because they understood the situation as well, right? And I did that too with, a friend that was a girl and I was pretty close with. I kind of distanced myself because I was in a relationship. It goes both ways. That's how I see it, right? But, yeah, I mean, it's just, like I said before, it's just, I'll talk about it. I wouldn't do nothing drastic, obviously, about it. If they were to hang out, I'd like to be there, If I can't, then I just want to be constantly talking to this girl, like constantly, like, all right, what's going on? Where are you guys going? Like, not always like check in, like no.
You do not do such thing. That is fucking haram.
I do think that's a pretty bad move.
Listen,
okay,
here's why. It comes off clingy. It comes off insecure.
That's true.
So if for me personally, right? Let's say I'm in a theoretical world where this will never happen. Let me just say that. But let's say if it did, I'm with a girl. She's got a guy best friend. I want to go hang out with them, but she's like, let's say I'm just not there. I think that the best way for me to go about it is to go out and do something myself and not text her or respond to her. So if she texts me, it's like, it might be petty, but I'm not going to fucking respond. I'm going to say I'm out with the boys at the club. That's what I'm going to say.
That's fair. That's better. That's a better answer.
At the same time, that could cause conflict. Because if she's like, oh, this motherfucker's out there with his boys doing his thing, and then she's hanging out with this nigga,
Yeah, I could see that leading to
something bad happening.
Yeah.
So maybe not that, but I definitely wouldn't be asking them what they're doing. I wouldn't really give a shit. If she said that, I'd be like, okay, cool, see ya. Wouldn't say nothing. Get home safe. That's it.
See, the way that I was thinking of it was like, you're way past the talking stage. You're already dating, and maybe you're dating for like multiple, maybe a year, right?
A year?
If it's a year, then it's a little different.
Like, I would already be questioning it. Why the fuck can't I? I wouldn't even, like, I don't know. That's another thing. I don't know if I would question it if I wasn't allowed to come. Would you? I don't think that would be a good move on the board. To be like, well, why can't I come? Please.
If all right, so like, in what way is it communicated to you that you're not allowed to come?
Yeah.
You just didn't get invited.
Pretty much, yeah. I would say it's like she brought it up. She brought the idea to you, like, in a way that's like, hey, this day I want to hang out with Cedric. It's like, and we're gonna go watch a movie and eat dinner.
And at what point in the relationship is
A year.
This? A year? No, I wouldn't make it to that point.
That's what I was saying.
All right, so I mean, the way I see it, I just don't think, I personally wouldn't want a chick to have a guy best friend like that if for me to take her serious. So like this, once you're getting to the point where it's breaching out of the talking stage and getting serious, I would just state that as one of my boundaries. And if she breaks that afterwards and continues to hang out with this guy on a regular basis, I'm not opposed to, like, I understand that people who have friendships, like, I don't expect people to just erase bonds overnight, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be opposed to, like, people necessarily checking in on each other and making sure that people are still doing well. But if she's just continuing to hang out with him on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, or maybe even monthly, I wouldn't take her seriously.
Yeah.
I would distance myself and just kind of let that kind of die off.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna put it very bluntly, so some people might not like it.
Probably not.
But for me, it's like if I'm talking to a chick and then I come to that realization and I gather the information that she has a guy best friend and that they hang out quite often, like, I would still keep her around. I would actually not say a fucking thing about nothing to her. But she's just going to be a side chick. She's just going to be a high-ranking side chick. Some people are not going to like it. But it's like if I'm already in a situation where I'm not dating nobody, right? Let's make that clear. Like I'm in a situation like that, and like I got this girl that I'm talking to, but then I see some things I don't like, but she's still like a cool chick. It's like I would just keep her on the side. Go out for coffee sometimes, and then her house or my house.
And she would know that, right?
Of course. I'm just playing. Yeah, I always mention like if I want, I always tell like the chicks this shit if I'm talking to them and shit. Like if I want something serious with you, you'll know, and if I don't, like you'll know. Trust me, like you'll know. Of course, there's the days and the times where I do get asked a question like, so nah. And then sometimes I'm either the bearer of bad news or the bearer of good news. Like I don't know.
All right, Raul. Would you enforce that as a boundary before taking a girl seriously that she can't really have guy friends like that? Or would you allow it to continue after starting the relationship?
Well, if I started talking to this girl or like start dating this girl and she already had like, her friends already there, right? Like they were there before me, then obviously you just can't say no, right?
Well, yeah, when you first start talking
afterwards, it's kind of like.
But no, we're saying you're at the point where it's like you're right there to where it's like you guys can pretty much be in a relationship. You just really need the title now. Make it
like
official.
let's say you and her have been talking for a while, a few months, and she's talking to you about it getting serious. So she's coming to you wanting it to be a serious relationship, and you are basically in a position of power where you can kind of dictate what the terms of that would be to an extent. Would you say you can't have a guy, like you can't really hang out with this dude like this anymore in order to have a relationship with me?
Me personally, I guess not really. I wouldn't do that, but
like you wouldn't say anything? You wouldn't?
Oh, I would definitely say something.
Oh, okay.
I would definitely say something.
But you wouldn't put it as like a boundary?
I wouldn't put it as a boundary. I just kind of say like, oh, kind of like this kind of bothers me, right? Like word it differently, but like, oh, this little thing bothers me that this guy is always around and he's single and, something like that, right?
Yeah.
But if you were to bring up something like that bothers you and she continues to do it, that doesn't strike you as a red flag at all?
Oh, it does.
So wouldn't that kind of shape your perception as far as taking her serious in the future?
I guess, yeah.
Would it harm your ability to see yourself marrying her?
Marriage is too serious.
Keep in mind.
But
so I ask you this then. So if you mention something to her, but she continues on with this guy friend, would you then consider like having a close female friend then? Like would if the situation approached you, if the offer came to you, you feel me? You're not over here trying to look for a female friend to be like, well, I have a female friend because you have a guy. Not like that. It's just like it just happens, but would you allow it to?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
The point that I did want to bring it up is that from experience, being friends, quotations, with the females that have boyfriends, whenever a situation occurs between them and their man, like the guy best friend is usually one of the first few people to hear about it. That's a person that she goes to vent to about her problems. If she's mad at you, she's gonna go out with him. You see what I'm saying?
All right, and how do you know this?
Female friends, bro.
You've been the guy best friend that hears about the
I've
problems?
been the guy best friend. I've been the sneaky link. I've been all of it. I've been all of it. And in order for me to teach y'all and gather information, I'm only gathering data, okay? So don't call me anything. But yes, I've been a few things. That's why I say I have sure I'm young, but it's like I would say I have a decent amount of experience for someone my age. And that's not to say I'm a whore. I'm a man whore. But I've just seen a lot, and I've been, I've partaken in a good amount. So, yeah, I've been the guy that the chick sits there and, like, Dude, I've heard some disrespectful things, dog. I've heard some disrespectful things.
All right. Without mentioning names, what's the worst thing you heard a chick in a relationship say about her boyfriend to you, to your face?
I wish he was a little bit more like you.
Oh,
that one hit me. I was like, that one hurt me, and it was I was like, oh no. Yeah.
And, do you happen to recall how long this individual had been in a relationship with this man?
At the time that that statement was said to me, I want to say maybe like a year and like maybe a year and a half, just to give it a solid number. I'll say, so it's not incredibly long, but long enough to where it's fucked up.
All right, Raul, how would you feel if you found out your girl said that to her guy friend?
Shit. Because, like, and just to put context behind it a little bit more, something happened, they got in an argument, and she didn't like the way he handled it because I guess Buddy started screaming.
Oh, acting emotional.
Yes, just acting like a female. So he acted emotionally, started, getting in his feels, throwing shit, kicking, screaming, pussy. So then she was like, oh, if you and blah, blah, blah got into a situation like that, what would happen? Because at that time, I, had something else going on. And so then I'm like, well, we've had situations before, not exactly the same thing, but I'm like, this is what I've done and said in these situations. And then that's when she then proceeded to say that. So yeah, she's like, I wish she was a little more like you. And I was sat there and I'm just like, I was sitting like leaning against my car like this. And I literally did this because I was like, bro, I did not just hear what I heard. Like, I almost wanted to call him.
And so you almost wanted to call him?
I almost wanted to call him and
you
snitch.
felt bad for the guy?
Yeah, I'm like, dude, fuck this bitch. Like, but I didn't. He wasn't my friend like that. Like, if it happened to, like, you, or, first of all, I would never be hanging out. It would never happen. Because I would never be hanging out with one of my boys' chicks like that.
And I would never react emotionally like that to an argument.
So it's like, but theoretical in some weird, twisted, backwards fucking world where this happened. And I'm hanging out. Some weird,
twisted, backwards world.
Then I would definitely tell one of my friends if I ever heard one of their girls, even if it wasn't to me. Like if I just overheard it. Yeah.
If you were at a party and you overheard Melissa say, "Oh my gosh, I wish he was more like some other dude." Like not even like it was you. If you just overheard her say about some other guy.
Yeah, I would definitely mention if it was like even someone that I was like relatively close to. I mean, me and this guy didn't even know about each other type of thing, Right. So it's like I couldn't really. It would have been weird if I think it would have made the situation even worse if I hit him up and was like, yo, I was with your girl last night, and she said this, bruh. She doesn't even know me.
That would have been pretty bad.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, yeah. As far as if I'm looking at the chessboard, that is not the best move. I'll leave it to her to fucking fuck it up. And she did. Not because
the relationship didn't last long.
No. I think probably like 3-4 months after she said that, I call word that they have officially split. So,
well, I don't think anybody would be surprised after hearing such a statement.
No, and guess what, guys? Less than a week later, I did my thing. Less than a week. Keep that in mind. This is almost a 2-year relationship.
Wait, less than a week after the relationship ended?
Yeah, I was
with her.
Yeah, doing my thing.
So you've also been the bounce back.
I do that. Like I said. I've been everywhere, man. I've traveled a lot. But like I said, not to say that because it's so out of context. People are like, oh, like he's just fucking these bitches left and right. It's like, no, like I could. Opportunities there, but no, like I'm very I want to say I'm very picky, but it's definitely how is it? I always think about how is it going to look on me if I go through with this shit. Mm-hmm. So if it doesn't look bad, then I'll do it.
For some reason, that reminds me of a story from my retail days. I know I've told you this story before. I don't think Raul has been privy to this information yet, but I was within 2-3 weeks of starting a new job at some retail store that I had a bit of history with, and one of the chicks there who I was cool with because she went to the same school as me in same college, we both commuted with another couple of friends of mine and another guy who worked at that same store. And she comes up to me right as I start my shift one day. And I'm just walking to the back area where I worked. She comes up to me and tells me that another female coworker has started a rumor. And she just completely knows it's false off the bat. And she tells me that this individual started a rumor that myself and another employee at the store were hooking up.
It's out of the blue.
Out of the blue. And important to note, I had left my previous job. Like I said, I just started this job. I left my previous job because of a lot of workplace drama, which that'll be a different story that I'll tell another day. But that one's a whole fucking mess.
love the breakup in that story. The breakup is G.
When I broke up with the other chick?
The individual. Yeah. The way that went was pretty gangster.
so
that's how I would have. I probably would have like. You were nice. You like gave her time to grieve. Like I would have hipped.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a story for another day. But so she comes up to me, tells me that this individual M started a rumor, and now I'm pissed. I was immediately fucking pissed. And what I was especially pissed about is the chick that the rumor was about. Like me and her were hooking up or whatever. This was a female I had never even spoken to before. I had never said a single word to her, and now I hear a rumor. There's a rumor spreading that me and her are hooking up, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? I really gotta deal with this shit again already? Yeah. So the thing that made this interesting is that I knew who that chick was dating. Her boyfriend went to the same high school as me, and I still had him on Instagram. And I wanted to handle this situation as efficiently as possible. What I really didn't want was things like blowing back on her. I didn't want her to get blindsided and overhear this from someone else, this rumor from someone else, right? But I wasn't just gonna go like tell her myself, like, hey, so this other girl told me that M started a rumor about us. I wasn't gonna just do that, right? So all I did was DM her boyfriend, confirm that they were still dating, which was a bit weird for me. It was just weird to like hit up a dude and be like, hey, you're still dating this one girl, right? Yeah. All right. So now that I have that confirmed, I just want to let you know that I work with her, and this other person started a rumor. I just was hoping you could tell her that and make sure that she's aware of that before she gets blindsided or anything like that, right? So he just said, okay, for sure, bet or whatever, and that was the last I heard of it. And I continued the entire time I worked at that store. For that time, I still never spoke with her. I still never said a single word to her, but I just assumed that the situation had been handled. After that day, I never heard anything about this rumor ever again, until I was recounting this story about a year later to a couple of other coworkers. And one of them looks at me and is like, oh yeah, I heard that rumor. And I was like, it actually fucking spread. I was pissed again. But I mean, I think by that point, the individual who started the rumor wasn't even at the store anymore. I was talking shit about her after she left. And I found out that the rumor did actually spread around a little bit. So I wasn't too happy about that. Yeah. What was funny about it, too, was that at this time, my brother and I worked together at the same place. We were just in different departments. And this individual, M, was speaking with my brother and another individual who worked at the store. And they were, mentioning me as, of course, like I was new there. My brother was already established within this store. Everybody fucking knew him. And M says that she doesn't think that I like her very much. This might have been about a week or so, maybe a few days after that whole rumor thing started. So I was just like extremely cold to M afterwards because I was like, I want nothing to do with you, right? Yeah. And so she's just like, I don't know. I don't think Devin likes me. And my brother just basically, who already knows the situation, he already knows everything. He already knows what she did. And he just basically says that Devin wants to avoid drama, so he's just not really very talkative. And what made that work so well was that, me and my brother are very similar, and that is true. I'm not really the most talkative guy, and neither was he back when he first started there. And the other person that they were talking to started with him. So he's just like, oh, yeah, I remember when you were like that. And so the situation was put to bed. She went back to, putting her mask on and behaving herself and not spreading rumors all the time, and went to being nice person to me again. And that lasted for about, I want to say 7 months before the cracks started to show again, and she started to kind of let this other side of her out where it made work a lot more difficult.
That reminds me of another. So you asked about the, bounce back dude, side dude, sneaky link, guy best friend, all of it taking part in. But there was one night in specific that it was me and my boy Tim. Shout out to my boy Tim, bro. He remembers this shit. And shout out to my boy Dylan, because he's a part of this story too. But long story short, it was me and my homie Tim, and we were out and about. It was high school. He was a year above us, so he was a senior. We were juniors. I don't remember exactly what we were doing prior to this happening. I just know we were driving around, and he texted this one girl. We'll call her E. And she was dating my boy Dylan. And I'm saying, he's my boy. We were close. We hung out all the time. He played football with me. I would give him rides home almost every single day after practice. That is until he quit the team, of course. But one night, me and my boy Tim were hanging out, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to text E." And I'm like, "Dude, she's dating Dylan." I'm like, "What you doing?" It's like, "Well, that's your boy, not my boy." I'm like, "Well, I'm going to snitch." I'm like, "I'm telling you right now. I'm going to snitch. I'm telling him exactly what you're doing." But I won't. I'm not going to play like it's your fault. I'm going to say yo, blah da da, agreed to hang out with us tonight, and I just want to let you know, you take it how you want it. So yeah, he texted his girl to come out and hang out, and she then agreed to it. But I had him drop me off at this other individual's house prior to him going to pick her up, because I didn't want to be there for any of it, and plus I knew what they were planning on doing, and they did. So then I told I told my boy Dylan the next day, and he didn't believe me, actually. He was like, no way, la, da, 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 da. I was on the phone with her for most of the night last night. I'm like, most of the night last night. So then I called Tim. I'm like, what happened yesterday? I'm like, what were we doing exactly? I'm like, what was that girl you hung out with? He's like, bro, what are you talking about? He's like, I was hanging out. And then he said the name, and then I was like, wait, what did you guys do after I left anyway? And then he said it, and Dylan was sitting right there hearing it.
What was his reaction?
He called her immediately and broke up with her.
Nice. That's the way to do it.
Yes. And I have that on video.
You have it on video?
I have 2 of my friends on video breaking up with their girl back in high school.
Damn.
And this is all due to information. I was well connected.
Wait, so do you have tears on camera? The waterworks?
Oh no, the boys didn't cry.
No. I'm talking about from the opposite.
The females.
Yeah.
Oh no. So unfortunately, and probably fortunately at the same time, it was all over a phone call.
Oh, I see.
But they did cry over the phone call and threw a huge bitch fit. He pretty much had to change. Both situations was their females cheating on my friends, and I caught wind of it, and I told them. And both times the females tried to pretty much switch it up on them.
Play the victim card?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Why are you doing this to me? What the fuck did you just say, bitch?
The person who cheated is becoming the victim.
Yeah, bro. It's just like that meme I was talking about earlier with the whole, I don't want to say it on here because there's going to be a lot of feelings hurt, but about the...
We'll drop it. We'll confirm off camera.
Yeah, I don't want to fucking have a bunch of weirdos on my line and shit. They already get mad enough at the shit we say now, and then they get mad about the sunglasses. You fuckers happy?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
They talk like we've never done a video without sunglasses before,
I know,
too.
right?
Bitch.
Well, most of these comments are coming from our shorts, so
yeah, that is true.
they're not really choosing to go watch the long form videos, but yeah.
I had one of my boys. I don't have time to do this.
Wait. So Raul, if you came across a video podcast in which the dudes on there were wearing sunglasses, would you make any assumptions about them because they were wearing sunglasses?
No, I don't give a fuck.
Okay, all right.
I don't give a fuck.
By the way, these are just to me.
These are just glasses. I actually need this to see.
Well, I think everybody assumed that.
You don't know that.
They could have been Dahmers. They look like Dahmers.
No, I'm just kidding. No.
No, it doesn't.
I like it.
But
I
no,
got
yeah,
these
Jeff's
because
was cooler.
Guys, go watch our shorts and look through the ones where we're wearing sunglasses. It will not take you very long to find someone in the comments talking shit on us for wearing sunglasses. It's really funny.
And thank you for the views on our shorts, by the way. Now let's try to get that to the main video. You know, let's subscribe. Let's like and subscribe. All right, and leave a comment too. Just make sure it's a comment of value. You know, tell us what we're doing wrong. Ask us questions. I don't want to hear about my fucking sunglasses again. Okay? And I'm saying this now, so now I bet the shorts fucking comments are going to be flooded with fucking sunglasses comments if they see this shit. We're going to have to clip this moment.
That's fine. That's fine. It's just more engagement. That's cool.
Yeah, it's good. It's cool.
You know, if y'all
maybe I'm only saying things to get you guys angry.
Maybe we should just wear sunglasses every video so
Honestly,
that people always make comments about it.
We should just make it a fucking thing. Anyone that comes on here must wear sunglasses.
Yeah. Raul, if you
starting after today.
If you came back, Raul, would you be willing to wear sunglasses
I love wearing sunglasses. I love wearing sunglasses.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, same.
Next time we have Raul back,
I wear them inside. I wear them outside. I wear them in the house.
Raul,
I wear them in the mall.
Raul, if you're let's say you're walking through the movie theater.
Yes, I've worn sunglasses inside of a movie theater.
That's a little weird.
Fucking kill me.
That's a little weird.
All right, Raul. Let's say here's a question: if you were just working out in the gym and you saw a guy in the gym wearing sunglasses, would that shape your perception of them at all?
Like they're working out.
Like they're working out with sunglasses.
Like the person wearing the sunglasses, or just like wearing
no, they're wearing sunglasses and they're doing their workout.
Yeah, that's a little weird. That's a little weird. That is a little weird.
Weird in which way? Weird in like this dude is like just a douche, or weird is like why the fuck? Why would he be doing that?
Yeah, why the fuck? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Spoiler alert, me and Cecily have done that before.
Yes, we both have. And we did it on the same exact day when we were working out both together. So there's two guys standing next to each other, watching each other bench and fucking just doing our workouts and spotting each other. We're wearing sunglasses the entirety of the workout.
You know, I'm not surprised at all, by the way.
No, you shouldn't.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. Because, like, I was prepared. I was like, when we walk out there and people see this, they're going to think things. I already knew that.
Yeah.
I'm like, my thing is like somebody comes up to me and says something. Now the sunglasses are going to come off and we'll have a problem.
I'll say this. A guy going to a gym wearing jeans to work out is more weird than a guy wearing, because we've seen
100%.
it. We've seen it. We've seen a guy wearing designer jeans, you know, fucking designer shirt.
Yeah, designer.
Yeah, designer shoes.
Me and Raul did see that in the past.
And then like a long shirt or like a hoodie or something. But he looked like he was going out to a club, not to fucking the gym.
Now, if he was coming back from the club and just decided to hit the gym, that's dope.
But this happened at like, what, 2 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yeah.
It was like after I got off
Maybe he was
work.
going to the club after.
Just had to get a pump on first.
Yeah, he just had to get the pump on, bro. He had to get them fucking veins popping out before he went to see the bitches.
To each their own, I guess.
But to get back on track, the whole entire part has been us just talking shit. But so, yeah, like I said, as far as allowing your girl to have a guy best friend, it's like just me being on the other end of things, right? It's... For me, it's like, yeah, I've heard a lot of shit that I'm like, why? I don't even, like, it pisses me off the fact that they're even telling me. I get angered.
That they choose to vent to you about their boyfriends?
Yeah, like, first of all, bitch, I don't care. Like, second of all, take it how you want it. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but it's just true. I really don't give a shit. That information being given to me, you talking to me about him, is not going to help me get more intelligent on how to make money. It's not going to bring me more views on my podcast. It's not going to make me better in shape. It's not going to make me a better fighter.
Well, it might bring you more views if we're talking about it and we clip
I guess. I will say. It does bring me a lot of experience. And like I said, a lot of data. Like, I will say that. So whenever I do feel as if my time is being wasted talking to certain individuals about certain things, then I just decide to wire it into my head. I'm like, okay, like, let me just observe this person.
All right, so
and
I have
how
a question.
They're doing it.
So yeah, you've seen the negative side of things. Do you think that there are so with these women who you were like the guy friend with, at the times where this happened, were you interested in sleeping with them? Would you do it if you had the chance while they were still in a relationship?
I will say for some of them, yeah. Others no, just out of the respect for their dudes. Because there were certain female friends that they had that they had boyfriends, right, whatever, that I eventually grew fond of. Now, that's not to say I would stop one of my friends from doing it, but me personally, I wouldn't. Now, I will say majority of, I like to say friends in quotations, because I say I've had really one female friend that nothing's happened.
One.
Outside of that, every female that we've been friends, yeah, maybe, okay, there's maybe two, actually, yeah. But outside of those, I would say the majority at least, like, yeah, it was like, yeah, we were friends, but there was this little moments. I will say that, like, as far as the positive that comes out of it, for me, it's like, well, for one, if I'm walking around the mall with like 4 or 5 different chicks, that's a good look on me.
Yeah.
So there's that. 2, there's a lot of information gathered. Like I said, like I sat there and seen them say and do certain things with me, say and do certain things with others. Like, and these are not the same exact females that I'm talking about, but just in general, all of them, like I've seen it all go down. I've seen the cheating. I've seen all of it, the lies, the scheming, and even the pros. Like I've had some female friends come up to me and be like, oh, like, how do I surprise him with something, or blah, 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 blah. And I'll usually try to be as helpful as I can. I'm not one of surprises. I don't like surprises.
I don't really like surprises either.
It pisses me off, just FYI. But I don't see much good coming out of it at the end of the day.
Do you think that there are dudes who can be friends with the chick and like not have these scenarios happen at all, that it can just be all, everything's cool, the relationship's not at risk?
Yeah, I feel like I've definitely feel like I've been in, like, here's the thing though. Usually the dudes that are in a situation where they're friends with a female and they're not completely they're not interested in her in that type of way. Like, it's one of two things. It's like, one, they might be gay. 2, and that's not to be disrespectful, it's just a fact. 2, it's like they have other options, multiple, probably better options. Now, where the problem comes in with that is that female friend might be interested in him. You see what I'm saying? Because if you got a guy friend that's like that, you can't tell me there isn't a level of interest in the female for him.
All right, so it seems like, in this scenario where you're with the chick who has a guy best friend, like the odds are pretty high that either the dude would really like to get with her, or that the chick might use him as a rebound if things go sideways.
Yeah.
And the odds are pretty low that neither will be the case. But it could happen. It could happen. It's just a matter of how willing are you to bet the future of this relationship on those odds.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I said, you got to keep in mind, like, that dude's going to hear about all y'all's problems. He's going to hear about all the shit you did wrong, how you behaved. And I'm saying that from experience. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I've heard things that I'm like, that's whatever. And I've heard things that I'm like, probably shouldn't have told me that, Like, but I don't know. With all the information I have and all the experiences I had throughout the years, I would say in general, it's I from like being the guy friend, I would not want my female having a guy best friend. I can promise you that right now. I'm good, bro. The shit they say, the jokes they crack, like the memes are real, bro.
Does it get ruthless?
It gets ruthless. The memes are real. Like, there's those memes on TikTok, Instagram, and shit. I know you guys seen it. That's like how your girl is like talking shit about you to her guy best friend, and there'll be like a video or a picture. Like, it's true. They laugh. I'm talking like there'll be like 4 or 5 females there, and there'll be you and one of your homeboys, and they're over there cracking it up about you. It's true.
Yep. Or he's that one dude where it's like, oh, you have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, there's always the one you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
That's the nigga you gotta worry about, bro. Don't fool yourself, my nigga. Like, be real. Seriously, be fucking real. If you in your head think that guy is better than you, then she damn near, I can promise you that she thinks that guy is better than you too. Tell me not.
No, it's pretty high likelihood. I would not put it past them.
No, I wouldn't either. So yeah, as for me and guy friends.
All right, wait, hold on. So
wait.
No, yeah, finish your point.
Because you brought up like would you tell her before the relationship, like your boundaries as far as that? I would, and I have. And
how did that go?
Well,
that's good.
But I'm me, so it's like if you have a guy like. I don't want to be.
Do you think the opposite should be the same? So like if a dude has like a chick that he's cool with and he gets into a relationship, should he distance himself from that female friend?
I think there should be a little bit of distancing. Yes, especially if they're hella close. I think you have to respect that. Because
I've seen it before, where like I had a friend who's I don't know if I want to give too many details, but I had a friend whose stepsister, you know, they were cool, and so my friend's friend happened to be cool with the stepsister. So then when he got in a relationship, he just kind of stopped talking to the stepsister, and I remember her asking him why they stopped, like, kind of being close like that, and he's just like, well, I got into a relationship, so, yeah, you know. Now, I'm not going to touch on that.
I know. I'll definitely take a step back. Like I wouldn't cut the girl off.
No, I don't think necessarily. Like I said, the same thing with like the guy friends thing. Like, you know, especially depending on the
fuck that noise, dude. You gotta cut the dude off.
No. Well, I'm saying, to go back to what I specifically said earlier, I wouldn't necessarily, like, in the situation where like me and her are just getting serious and I enforce that boundary, I'm not expecting her to just cut the dude off immediately and never talk to him again.
Yeah, nah.
So the same thing with on the opposite side. I wouldn't just expect a dude to just cut the female friend off and just never talk to her again. Yeah. Especially in a situation where, like, you know, that female might still be hanging around some of the guys that he's hanging around, so he's just going to end up near her, but he's choosing not to engage in these text conversations with them all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I would distance myself slowly. I would expect her to do the same thing. But eventually, there's got to come an end to it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, there's got to be an end at some point. But yeah, I would definitely, I'm going to let you know ahead of time. Like, you can, like, there's, you know what I'm saying? There's whatever females I talk to, whatever. I don't want to get too detailed. Put my love life out there. But, as I was saying, with the boundary stuff, with the guy friend thing, yeah, I would definitely let that be known prior to it getting any, like, too serious, you know? I wouldn't want to even be close to a relationship yet before I bring that up. Might be one of the first things I bring up. Like, just so you know, if you got, you know, I would bring it up a specific way, but I'm like, I feel like it would be easy to identify that. You wouldn't really necessarily need to, like, ask her if she has a guy best friend. I don't really think you should ask. I think you should just observe and see how, you know, shit plays in her life.
But I think it's pretty hard for people to just, like, hide certain things for an extended period of time. Eventually, like, the way that they feel about someone else is going to end up being shown through the cracks.
Yeah, I agree. Now, Raul, you said you got cheated on and you went back. And how long did that go for, if you don't mind us speaking about it?
Well, I don't really want to talk about it too much.
Fair.
We ended on good terms. I'll say that. But after she told me that she cheated on me, there were certain circumstances that I really don't want to get into.
I don't even want to know that. I want to know more of, like, what was the mentality like? Like, how do you how were you feeling about the individual?
Oh, I was bothered. I was extremely bothered. But at that time, I don't know why, like, looking back at it, I don't know why I had this mindset, but it was good for me because I learned a lot from it. But basically, my whole mindset was, well, there should be a lot of context behind it, but I'm not really going to get into it. My whole mindset was just kind of pretend it didn't happen, which, looking back, was a terrible idea. First of all, we should have had a extended conversation about it, but, was done is done. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, my mind was that, you know what? It was bothering me so much, but I wanted to like act like it just didn't happen and just like go on like it didn't happen. But that's not that way. Yeah, that's not how it works out. And it ended up affecting her more without me realizing it, I thought it was going to help her if I don't like talk about it. I wasn't in a good mindset at that time. I wasn't thinking properly. I mean, obviously, you get cheated on, right?
I don't know.
And then fuck you. Anyways. No, I'm just playing.
I could imagine that it would be a roller coaster of emotions.
Exactly. And then especially if you don't talk about it and you just kind of like bury those feelings down, and obviously they're gonna explode one day. And it didn't get to that point, thank God, but it was reaching to that point.
Some bad situations,
Yeah, and it just, we kind of just ended, and then afterwards we just kind of reconnected, and we just ended up on good terms. We don't talk anymore, but we kind of, we just ended it good, and there's no hard feelings, no bad intentions toward each other. So that's my story about that.
Dude, don't look at me like that.
Whoa, what was that noise, bro? What was that noise? Yeah.
I don't even know what look he gave.
Dude, you just stared at me.
No, it was the noise.
I didn't know. Dude, don't look at me like that again. That was kind of,
Whoa. It's offensive.
What did I say?
I don't know. I was too quiet.
I said Tate.
Well, that's offensive.
Shit. No, but all right. We'll see. But I want to just break down a little bit more. We talked about, actually, no, I don't, because we talked about how when they go out dressed a certain way, it's like it shows a sign of disrespect towards you, and also like you gotta you gotta understand it's like they are very well aware that dudes are gonna approach them. So to a certain extent, they want that if they're gonna be dressing like that. Like
it's attention and validation.
Yeah, exactly. So what do you? So there's always the argument I'm doing it for myself,
which is a complete lie.
And why is that?
So, in terms of them dressing a certain way for themselves,
or even put like the pictures. Oh, it's for myself.
Really thinking. I mean, all right, guys. I could be wrong. I am not a woman, so I'm not gonna act like I can say this with absolute certainty that this is correct. So if you're a female, please let me know if I'm wrong about this, okay?
Dude.
Yeah, well,
they're gonna
just let us know in the comments. Give us some comments.
Let us know if Devin's pretending to portray a woman wrong.
So I understand the rationalization that it's for them because, and the way I would think that would work is that, they're doing it for them as in the attention that they get, they're rationalizing that as being for them when if you're doing it to get that attention is kind of for the other person, right? At least that's how we view it, and that's how most men would look at that, right?
Yeah.
But I think that she would be looking at it as, she's looking at it as the feeling that it gives her afterward, right? So like the fact that she's going out like this and she's getting attention from men, and that is validating her sense of self-worth. And she enjoys that, of course. I don't know why she wouldn't. And that is kind of boosting her self-confidence. And so for that reason, she feels as though she's doing it for herself. Or at least she'll be able to rationalize it that way. When doing it to get the attention of other people is to do it for other people. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't sit there and say that I've been working out for the past few years just for myself, because in my opinion, other things go into it. Because it's working out for that long is a way of modifying your appearance, right? And doing that will inherently shape other people's perceptions of you, right? So in a way, me doing that is for myself, but it's also for other people. Still for the purpose of serving myself, but it's for other people as well. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I agree with it. Raul?
Yeah, I too agree.
You too agree, Raul.
Anything in particular you agree with, or just everything?
Well, like when I first started working out with you, that was my mindset too. Where it's like, because when I started working out with him, it was after that whole situation with the relationship where I got cheated on. So,
of course.
Yeah, of course, right?
Yeah,
of course,
sends a lot of men to the gym.
It really does. But I also did it because I wanted to be a better version of myself. And I just didn't, because after the relationship ended, I kind of found myself kind of a little bit of self-loathing, right, inside, my room and whatever. And then, funny enough, I was having a conversation with a friend over online, and I mentioned like, oh, Choose is like right down the street from me. And then I go on Instagram. First thing I see was an ad for Choose, and it was on discount. Always listening. But in this situation, it actually helped. I started investigating more, and that's when I hit you up, Devin. And we ended up going to the gym for like, what, more than 3, like
a few months. Yeah, I don't remember exactly how long it lasted. But that was cool for me, because at the time I was spending like a span of like 6 months to a year outside of the gym. I was doing all my working out from home, which was pretty easy for me because my dad had a cable machine in his basement. So, but I was working out from home. But I had kind of been wanting to get back into the gym because I wasn't able to do those heavy compound lifts. Your bench press, your deadlift, your squat. So I started going to Choose with this guy so that I could kind of get back into it.
Yeah, and it was really a good experience. It was kind of hard for me because I used to work from like 5 a.m. to 12:30, maybe 1:30, and then right after go home, change, and then go to the gym with this guy. And at first, I was able to like consistently go, and we were going consistently. We were actually like hitting it. I was even seeing like a little bit of results. It all ended when I got hurt at work.
How'd you get hurt at work?
We had like this huge banquet, and afterwards we ended that. We had this one of those soda machines in the fucking ballroom, and we had to move that to like another place in the kitchen or like in the bar area, right? And the guys who actually moved it weren't there that day, so I was like picking up tables, like moving like chairs, whatever. And my boss was like, oh, go help this guy. He used to work at housekeeping, my bad. So he was trying to move it by himself. So they called me, it was like, help him. So I was trying to help him. And this guy just didn't listen to me. And when he was like picking, he was like,
okay. So now you're going to blame him. Oh, he didn't listen to you.
Well, let him finish. All right.
So we were like in agreement at first, right? It was like, all right. And he's like kind of tipping it over to get on this this little railing kind of thing so we can like kind of move it. And I wasn't like positioned right. So I was like, wait, hold on. And then he like threw it on me kind of.
He put all the weight on your side.
Yeah, exactly. So I caught it. But as soon as I caught it, I immediately felt like sharp pain in my lower back going up to like the middle. And it started like, it was like immediate pain. And I was like holding it. And we finally got it on there, and we started moving it. But I noticed that I wasn't feeling it right. Like, I just wasn't feeling good. And it was just, like, immense pain. And I went to my manager's office, and I sat down for, like, a little bit. And I got up, and it was, like, still hurting. It was still hurting. And I was just trying to, like, walk it off. And I'm like, dude, my back is killing me. And so that's why I told him I couldn't go to the gym, and afterwards it just became a slippery slope, and I just started missing a lot of gym time, and that escalated into me missing a lot of gym time. And then we ended up going like one more day, and then we both just never went together again.
Yep, and then pretty soon I canceled my membership there and went back to a different gym.
Yeah. With this guy.
Well, I don't think it was around the same time. I think what I had done was I canceled the gym membership, went back to working out on my own, and then at a later date, I restarted my gym membership at a different gym with him.
Yeah.
But I know that pain very well. I'll probably get into the details in a different video, but I have injured my back a couple of times deadlifting, and that shit fucking hurts, dude. When you feel like, because in my case, I felt like the muscles in my back like separate from each other. And that shit, dude, it's such a massive stinging pain. It hurts like such a bitch.
I was saved because my dad has a lot of back issues, so we have a lot of icy hots. So I was saved because I went home and I immediately put like 2 of them on my back, like the middle part and then the lower back. It kind of helped, but no, I was still in pain. But anyways, yeah, the gym definitely helps you. During that time that we were going, I felt great, dude. I felt great. I wish I still kept going even after the back injury. I still wish I stopped going. I kept going because it does boost your self-esteem, boost your confidence, and your mental health, which is like one of the most important things about it. You know, mental health. Working out helps so much, and it really helped me get through that phase in my life.
Guys, if you're not already going to the gym, please just get a gym membership. Just start going.
Oh,
I promise you,
100%.
after just go to the gym once, put your work in. When you leave, I guarantee you'll feel better than you did before you went.
Yeah. Or go do martial arts.
Yeah.
That shit's fun.
Or train calisthenics. That's what I'm getting into now.
Cool.
Awesome, dude.
Now, back to the main topic. Would you guys date either OnlyFans and or stripper?
No.
Why? Why? Why are you so misogynistic?
I'm not.
No, you are.
I'm not.
You are misogynistic.
Why is that?
Because you're telling women they can't use their bodies for money.
No, they can absolutely do that. I just don't want to date one.
Why?
Why? Because why, Raul?
Because for me,
I can't believe you'd say such a thing. This is not my true opinion. I'm just pretending to be one of them. Not for
this
real,
is
though,
why
yeah.
I don't look at the comments. No, no, it's just
Are you insecure, Raul?
insecure.
Are you insecure? No, but continue.
No. I just don't want to be with somebody that. I don't know how to say this without like offending anybody.
No, fuck that.
Hold on.
Fuck that. Say that shit.
Well, I'll say my take on it, and maybe it'll help Raul figure this out. So, I would never do such a thing, and the reason for that is because I don't want to be with someone whose income is dependent upon the sexual attention from other men.
100%. Yeah. Thank you, Devin. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I don't really agree with all that. Like, obviously, do you. If you're getting your bag, awesome. Congratulations. But I just don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who is dependent on getting money based off them showing their tits or ass.
Whoa.
Or like doing that shit. You know what I mean? Even feet. Dude, I can't understand that.
No feet pics?
No. Like, for me personally, no.
What if you get okay, let's say this girl you're talking to does one of those things, not the feet, let's forget the feet. OnlyFans or strip or something like that. But she's like, okay, fine, if you have a problem with it, I'll give you like 25% of the cut.
So we're a pimp now?
To a certain degree.
Just would that make it acceptable to you?
I don't think so.
No. What about 50?
No, I don't think so.
But what if she's doing really well?
That might make it worse.
Yeah, it would for me.
It would. I'm kind of old school.
Whoa.
I think in that situation, I think the man should be doing the providing, right? Or, that sounded wrong. Like, as a guy, you kind of want
about that.
No, because
Let him say his piece, and we can dig into it afterwards.
kind of threw off my train of thought.
Sorry, I didn't
But
mean to.
no, as a guy, I feel like I should be providing more, right? I should be working. I should be able to not make you go down that road if you wanted to. Or
So
not
you want to protect her from sex work, you misogynist.
I can't work.
You are you like? Do you like Andrew Tate or something, bro? Because if you do,
We can't associate with you no
yeah,
more.
bro. I don't know about that guy.
I guess so.
Guys, he's a Tate fan.
No, I think so.
obviously.
I think it's pretty cut and dry. You know, like it's an interesting argument posed online. If your girl is giving you a percentage of the cut, would that make it okay? And if all right, let's just enter a dream world and say that I chose to accept that deal.
The 25%.
Just any percentage. You're not like any percentage above or between 25 and 50, right? So let's just say I accepted that deal, right? You know, I might feel good in the short term. You know, the money coming in would be nice, but I guarantee you, give it enough time, and it will feel. My soul will feel damaged. I will feel like less of a man for choosing that road.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I couldn't really do it. Like I said, it's like it sounds cool at first. You know, the idea of it might be exciting, but as far as like logically thinking, like nah, it's not a good idea.
Nah.
It's a bad look on you. Like it's gonna be like I could never bring that person around my mom,
No.
dude.
And that's like the
or
worst
family, like my mom. I just wouldn't bring her home like that. It wouldn't be someone I take serious.
It's not a
like
relationship. It's not a relationship structure that you could be proud of.
Exactly.
You know.
And then what if you know, your only friend or only
Okay, but real quick, cause like are we hating on these chicks?
No, absolutely not. No,
we're not
No.
saying do your thing. Like especially if like you know what, if motherfuckers are dumb enough to fucking pay for it, then at least make money off of them.
Yeah.
Like
But-
mean, if there's a market. You're just supplying the demand.
Exactly. If you're not doing it, somebody else is doing it. I'll say that much.
So if you're dating this girl and then all of a sudden you bring them around your friends, and then one of your friends says, "I've seen your girl's tits,"
And that's
before."
my thing. Yeah, there's some
exactly.
dudes that are
That's
cool
worse.
with that, and then like there's others that are not. And for the ones that are cool
No.
with that, hats off to you, bro.
Yeah.
But for me,
We can never.
It's just like it's just and it's also like my religion, the background of it just wouldn't really align.
Anyway, personally, I'm not the
Whoa.
biggest fan of this topic. I think it's kind of like super basic. I just don't think there's much to cover on this one.
We're just talking about if you date her or not.
Fair enough, but we all answered it.
I guess. Go ahead.
All right, so moving on. Raul,
Yeah. What's up?
where do you think is the ideal place to approach and talk to girls? Or are there any places that you would absolutely not approach?
I wouldn't approach like looking for a relationship or like looking for someone to connect with. Like what?
Relationship. Let's
Relationship?
Just say that.
Definitely not a bar or club. Definitely not one.
Why?
Of those two. Well, I think Devin said that earlier. And I agree with Devin. That's not a place where you would find that person that you could really date with. Not to, you know, rip on anyone that goes to bars or clubs, but that's just like my mindset. That's the way that I see it. I mean, you can really get to know somebody at a mall or like the fucking cliche farmer's market. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Starbucks.
Starbucks. I don't really go to Starbucks.
Okay.
But yeah, Starbucks. Any other restaurant?
You don't need to go there to go get a fucking frappuccino or some bullshit. You go there, get a black coffee, and just see what you run into.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So the reason why I brought that up, I want to know, Raul, would you approach a girl at the gym?
Not really. No.
Why?
Because when I'm at the gym, I'm kind of just more focused on myself.
Okay, well, let's just say that, all right, well, for the sake of the argument, all right, let me try to put this into an ideal situation for you. All right. Let's say you're at the end of your workout and you just happen to spot a super beautiful chick, and she's coming in to the building as you're leaving. She's not in the middle of her workout. You're not in the middle of yours. Would you approach her?
Probably not. I'm just I wouldn't.
Why?
Because you don't know. She's walking into the gym. She's maybe focused on working out, right? I don't know. I'm just kind of like I'm that guy.
All right,
I'm that guy.
Well, let's just
That's
say
just my mindset.
that you like made a small little comment, and she like seemed very receptive, as though that she might be interested in having a conversation with you. Would you continue to engage with that?
Oh, I would. I would.
All right, then at the end of it, would you ask for her number?
You know, based off the vibe, if it's good, yeah, I would. Probably more of a social than the number.
All right, fair enough. All right, so that's the way. Would you?
If I was walking out, same situation?
Yeah, same situation.
Yeah. If it was like she's that hot, I'm like, damn. Then yeah, you'd have to. I can't just go home. It would be really hard to like every guy's had that moment too where they see that chick and they don't do nothing, and then the next fucking week you're just like, fuck. What if? I don't like that feeling. So
fair enough. You know, you'd rather. All right, so you would rather deal with the pain of rejection than the pain of regret.
Yeah. You got to look at it as a game. I saw this guy talking about it. It's like, it shouldn't be scary. It should be fun. It should be, it shouldn't be something you're worried about like that. The rejection part is the easy part, I would say. Because the quicker she does it, the quicker you get it over with. You just move on today.
Fair enough.
But, yeah, I don't know. You can't look at it as like a scary fucking thing. It's supposed to be a fun thing. Like, just like I think it was Jay Waller was talking about, he has a group chat where they talk about whoever got the worst rejection that week.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
And they make it like, it's like
a competition. To see who
it's
gets
like a fun little
yeah.
banter thing between him and his boys.
Yeah. You got to look at it like something like that. But, yeah, no, I would approach.
What about you, Devin?
I had moments that I didn't, though. Yeah. We all have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no. Same situation, I would.
Same.
No, but in the other scenarios, like where it's just, I'm in the middle of my workout, she's in the middle of hers, probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah, that's harder to do. You definitely got to, I don't know. I feel
it's
like
also just that, like, I have respect for the gym as a place that people can go to deal with the, like, it's an interesting place, the gym, where you're surrounded by a bunch of people, but everybody's got their music in their heads, and everybody's in their own zone, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a place that you're surrounded by other people, but you're kind of on your own, and you can like kind of exist in solitude and just deal with whatever you're dealing with.
Yeah.
So I see it as a bit disrespectful to interrupt someone in what they're doing just to, like,
if they're in the middle,
just to strike a conversation. That's fucked up.
I feel like the good time would be like maybe when they're going to get water, like in the middle of a set. That would be your best bet. But even then, maybe I would say when they finish the set, like maybe when they're relocating to another fucking workout spot.
Yeah, but then at that point, it's like you're watching them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
nah,
Yeah.
I'll pass on that.
I guess, yeah. It's not like, I don't know, you just make it seem like some like fucking weird shit. It's just like, oh, okay, like, oh, she's still doing her thing. Blah, 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 blah. Let me do mine. Oh, okay, I think she's on the move right now. Let me make my move right now. That's it. But I want to say it's like weird like that. It depends, man. There are some guys there that are like weird. I feel like it's weird if you're like purposely relocating with that person to be near.
Oh yeah, that's
That's
super weird.
fucking weird. I've seen niggas try to do it at the bars before, and I'm like, I'm good, you know. I don't want to just follow bitches around. Like, you're either gonna say something or you're not. Like, I don't want to sit here and fucking. It's not a museum, you know. I don't want to just stare at it. So, but yeah,
It's not a museum on display.
Yeah, for real. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? This is fucking haram. Makes you want to run through a brick wall.
Yo, speaking about bars, the 2 times that I've been to a bar with, you guys, all of us.
I don't do that.
Shut up. We've seen,
Regrettably so.
Yeah.
we've seen some weird ass shit.
Like
It was like the first time we were by that college bar,
Yep.
and Cesare and Misa, or Cesare
I don't,
and
don't
I
name
saw it.
any of them. Don't
Okay.
name any of them. I don't want nobody knowing where we go.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. But we saw a
It's good that Raul doesn't remember the name of the place.
yeah, that's good. But there was this girl dancing with this dude. That girl had a boyfriend.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Yeah, he went up to her, pulled her away, but she looked back and the guy blew her a kiss.
Yep. That was at not Boulder. That was at the other one. The one that no one likes.
Oh yeah.
Well, we don't like, but others love.
The one that I despise.
Yes, the worst of them.
Yeah, that was my first time there and I did not like it.
Yeah, no, most people don't.
Yeah.
The most fun I think I've had at a bar is just whenever like we're doing some kind of weird shenanigans, like the security guard thing.
Oh yeah, we had Devin pretend like he was our security guard.
Yeah. Well, so that came about because there have been several times where we've been out, and a lot of times when we go out, I'm like half there against my will.
Okay.
Same.
Okay. Okay.
Same.
You
I
can
get
say.
lied,
Okay.
I
You
get
can.
lied
Yeah.
to about it.
Yeah,
We're
he
going out
does.
to dinner. Okay. Yeah.
What was the second one? Because
We were gonna go on a drive.
Oh, yeah, we did.
We did go on a
did.
drive. All right, hold up.
I should have asked about the destination.
I said, who cares? It's okay, dude.
I don't care.
Did you die? No. Fuck
all right.
off.
So
Part of me died.
yeah, we had some instances in the past where me and Cesar were out with a couple other people, and yeah, usually when we're out, I'm the one who's enjoying myself the least. I'm the one who wants to be there the least because I do not enjoy that shit.
You and me too, brother.
Yeah, sure. So, there have been times where we're just like out on the street. I remember one specific time where you and Riley were over there getting euros at that stand, and I was like standing off on the side.
Fuck.
In my own head, I was thinking and shit.
Certain
And-
people will know where that's at.
Will they?
The Euro, bro. The Euro stand. Come on.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, it's all right though. It's all
Yeah,
right.
no, it don't matter. So we were over there, and I was standing off on the side, just like I was thinking about some random shit. But I looked super serious, and one of the guys over there asked you, "Yo, is that your security guard?"
I said yes.
So, for context, I wear those like Beats headphones that like go around your neck, and you just like put them up in your ears, right? So I was wearing that in the car, and I had it. I was sitting in the passenger seat of his car. And I had my left earbud in, and when I turned back to look at everybody, basically, I think it was Cesare who said I looked like I was some kind of CIA agent with my fucking earbud in.
Yeah.
So then they basically demanded that when we walk into the bar that I was required to be wearing sunglasses and have that earbud in, just so that I seemed like I was some kind of security guard for everyone. And now to me, this was making going out fun. This was a way to be in a bar and actually have fun for me. So of course I did it. And it was probably one of the most entertaining things ever. The amount of times like that we were just there and I was just looking around and like people doing double takes, looking at me like, yo, what the fuck? was just hilarious to me. But the best one was when we were still in the street. It was before we actually got to the bar, and we were walking down the street. I was super in character, and I was walking out in front of everybody else. And we were just walking down the street, and there were some people crossing, so they were coming this way, about to intersect with us. And I do this thing when I'm walking towards someone who's moving perpendicular to me, where I'll adjust my angle and start walking towards more towards where they're coming from, to make my path longer and give them more time to get past me. That's just something I'll do. But so there was this guy in this group. He was in the back of his group, and he saw me. He did a double take. He like was looking forward, looked at me, and then looked back. And he just like went deer in headlights. And now I've changed my direction, and I'm walking directly towards him. But when I do that, I commit to it fully. So like, even if he seems like he's gonna wait, like I wasn't gonna change how I was walking. So I was just walking right toward him, and he kind of like scurried out of the way. And you know, we kept on walking. Yeah. But like, I just find stuff like that so entertaining. So that was like one of the only times I genuinely enjoyed myself when we were out.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Out of all the times.
Yeah. Like the more stuff we do like that, the more fun I have.
Dude. Hello? What's up?
I can't even hear it. Bro, dude.
Hold on, we're in the middle of filming. The cameras are rolling right now. I gotta go.
Anyways.
It's a good clip.
Sure. I'm sure it'll get millions of views.
Maybe.
Mystic Mac over here.
Well, I think that's a good point to end it.
I suppose so.
I got things to do.
Raul, you got any closing thoughts for the people watching?
Raul will be back again.
Hopefully.
In a skit when he'll play a cartel boss.
Because I look like one.
I didn't say that.
We'll get someone to give you makeup and really make you look like one.
We'll make you look like Pablo Escobar.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. It was fun being on here. Thanks for the free booze.
I did not provide you with this.
It was fun. Yes, he did.
Raul brought this here himself.
Yeah. He had this in his back pocket when we got it here.
They see a bar behind us.
Okay, yeah, that's ours. But as you can see,
there's a missing slot right there.
That's because it's over there. It was getting cleaned. We're cleaning it one by one. Anywho, he brought this.
Anyways,
in the back pocket.
It was fun. Thank you guys for bringing me on. Some good conversations. Yeah, man.
Do you have any motivational things to say to the people feeling unmotivated and, you know, really need that fire?
Go to the gym. No, seriously. Seriously. Go to the gym. It does make you feel better. 100%. I need to go to the gym more. I'm a prime example of someone that needs to go to the gym because, yeah, I need. Yeah,
gotta get my runs in more.
I'm gonna clip that.
Thanks. Anyways, in my situation right now, I'm not primed to give motivational speeches right now. This is the man right here.
Whoa.
And this guy right here as well.
No, I'm not a fucking motivational speaker. Like speakers. Whoops.
Yeah. Right. This guy gives me like a pep talk every like 2 weeks after he says he'll slap me, calls me short.
I don't do that. Don't you dare fucking make lies on YouTube.
Cesare is not a body shamer.
I did not call you short, not ever once in my fucking existence.
If you look at his contacts, I am under his contact as hobbits.
Or not. Or fucking not. I put you in there.
Prove it.
All right. Fuck.
Hey, motherfucker.
Yo, what are you doing?
He's changing it right now. Changing it.
Yeah. Look. Well, we can zoom in. But it's just Raul with a picture of a hobbit.
He changed it.
And plus, you told me to put that picture there. You remember?
Fucking win. Fucking win.
Dude, we were sitting outside, like
Shut
down
the
the
fuck
street
up.
at your
No,
house.
no.
No. We were walking to King Supers because there was too much traffic. So we were like, fuck it, we'll just walk. It's like 2 minutes down the road now. And then you were like, since you already assume these things about me and call me super nice names, I'm like, why don't you give me a nickname? How about you call me that word? And then I put you in my phone as that because you wanted it. How dare you sit here?
By the way, this is not scripted at all. This is literally how our normal conversations go. This is how we hang out. This is the conversations that happen when we hang out.
Dude, he's
the
full of
same
shit.
fucking arguments. Same shit.
Okay, so you're now you want to lie even more saying you didn't write any of this. Oh my God, what a piece of shit.
Guys, Raul wrote the script for half this episode.
Yeah.
100%.
This is all cap. Like half of the opinions we have,
Or Raul's.
yeah.
Like, guys, actually, like every podcast that we do is scripted by this guy. He's our ghostwriter for our episodes.
Yeah, 100%. I'm Drake's ghostwriter. I'm fucking Martin Scorsese.
Okay, now you're just
I'm
taking-
fucking,
Now you're just lying.
I'm all
Now
this
you now you're just capping. That's out of pocket. No. But at least like I want to say 83% of our ladies' nights have been scripted by Raul on the things that we say in the topic.
Yep.
And especially the topics. All the topics, it was his idea.
Oh,
You guys,
yeah.
we're actually not free thinkers. We let Raul do the thinking.
Yeah, I know.
I'm the scapegoat.
We're con men.
So if you come to cancel us, it's his fault.
Yeah. Cancel
fault,
this
not
guy.
us.
He's the fucking misogynist. He's the one that likes, the bald one.
Who's the bald one?
Mr. Tate.
You know, you're his biggest fan.
Yeah.
Ah.
He has a poster of him on his wall,
Ah.
and it says unmatched perspicacity.
Oh yeah, I do. I also have a live poster of him.
Like an action figure, like a
Yeah,
human-sized
yeah.
action figure
We'll go with that. Yeah.
of
He
that.
has a cardboard
course I do.
standee.
Yeah.
in
Thank
his
you.
room.
Thank you. Yeah. That Devin so gracefully bought for me. Thank you, Devin.
He did not.
I did not.
You did so.
No, he didn't. Now he's just lying because whatever. But yeah, Raul is the misogynist.
Yep.
Cancel this guy.
Yep.
He cares.
Yep.
I'm just playing.
course.
You guys have a good night, man.
And get in the gym.
Thanks.
Seriously.
Yeah. Take care.
Yeah, we'll have a lady night dropping soon. So, and we're filming another one very shortly here. Maybe you could be on for that one, Raul. Maybe you can be on for that one, you misogynist. You can show your face in front of everyone.
Well, Raul will still script that episode, and he'll script it to make him look like the good guy.
I know. That is true.
Okay.
All right, man, whatever. Okay, y'all up.
Yeah. Y'all have a good one.
All right. One love.
This dude just ended by saying one love. Ain't no fucking way, bro. No, bro, who the fuck? This is not 1975, bro.
Oh, look at him pouring more alcohol.
Oh, dude, how you guys count? Leave in the comments how many cups did Raul drink tonight?
This is nothing compared to
No, don't say
All
it.
right, yeah, just like, let's not go there.
All right, guys, that was it. I was just surprised and taken by surprised beat by Raul's choice of words.
Fuck yourself.
Raul!
He doesn't mean that, guys.
He's a really nice kid.
Run it. I can't take no loss.